Hello, welcome to SteamPunk. This is your host, SteamPunk Bob, and warning, beat hazard. Now, first up, as I mentioned just after the title card, this game is unplayable if you have sensitivity to strobe patterns. It's very pretty and colorful, but if you can't handle strobes, you can't handle beat hazard. Beat Hazard is a music-based game that's a space shooter. You can punch in a music file of your own, look at the music that was added with the game, or even give yourself a set amount of time on a staggering array of internet radio stations. Once you have your music selected, you start shooting. The difficulty curve has a general trend upward, but it's not a straight path by any means. When the music starts having more intense elements to it, so does the game and so do the visuals. Beat Hazard is entirely a score attack action game. If that doesn't appeal to you, don't waste your time with it. There's no story, just you and your own desire to beat your own score. There are global leaderboards, but they're so niche-y, I'm not sure they're worth anything. I mean, who else is really using Beat Hazard to play Star Salesman songs? Or the Guilty Gear X soundtrack? It's not like you can terribly accurately compare different songs, because even a minor difference in length can give a huge difference in scores, especially with how important score multipliers are in this game. And different amounts of intense spots, or even differently located intense spots, again, given the multiplier thing, can be a big deal in a final score. So yeah, there's leaderboards for individual tracks, as well as for brackets of length, but it seems to me like it's as useful as a high score table on an asteroids machine you keep in your basement. Now that I think about it, not all the leaderboards are of questionable value. Even though there would be some variation depending on when you start, the built-in radio stations have value as a metric to compare yourself to others, especially the survival mode, where your own skill is a huge factor. So if you're someone who loves leaderboards, survival mode, especially with built-in internet radio stations. There is a two-player option, and an internet game option on the title screen, but I have no idea what the multiplayer experience is like. Local multiplayer requires two things I don't have: a friend and an Xbox controller. Internet multiplayer didn't work for me either. When I looked into it, there were no public games available, so I can't even tell you if it's cooperative or competitive. My gut instinct says it would be cooperative, throwing more ships at you than one gun could possibly deal with, and possibly declaring a winner based on who scored the most points, but I don't know. Now, single player, I can do. Single player gives you the mode options of standard mode, survival, boss rush, and chill out. Standard mode is that you pick a song or an amount of time from an internet radio station. You're a spaceship, and you're extraordinarily unpopular, because everybody wants to kill you. From space junk with bizarre homing properties, to a nice variety of bosses with all kinds of mooks in between. You shoot them all down to get power-ups and score multipliers, as well as to directly get points and to survive. You start with 3 extra mans, but each time you're shot down, you become temporarily invincible, and you drop a few power-ups. Some of them can be picked back up, but it is still power loss, and it's time you spent not getting points. Boss Rush is a rather obvious mode. You cut the middleman out and don't bother with the mooks. Survival is also a rather obvious mode. You keep going with new music playing, you gain points, until eventually you die. This is, again, the most leaderboardy mode, so if that's something you like, this is where you should hang out. Chill Out seems to start you with a full power weapon, all the unlockables, and unlimited lives, and from there you just go. It's not until the end of the song, because when I tried it, the game just went to another song in the folder. I'm not sure if there is an endpoint, and honestly I felt so uncomfortable I just wanted to get back to standard mode. Now, those unlockables I mentioned. Every so many points earned in the standard mode, survival, or boss rush, and if there's an ending point, possibly chill out, you rank up. The ranks are fluff, but every rank up you can select a new perk to unlock. Want more power-ups when you start the game? Go for it. Extra lives? Yeah, you can get that. However, simply unlocking the perk doesn't mean you actually have it. You find cash pickups, and you have to purchase and upgrade your perks, as well as having an upper limit on how many you're allowed to have equipped at a time. So it's all about balancing what you want at a given time, where you want to spend your money, what you want to have equipped. It's a pretty good system, though sometimes it feels like the cash pickups are slow. Maybe I'm just impatient. There is one issue I have with the game. While, as I said, it's very pretty and colorful, sometimes it's hard to see what's going on, especially the more dull and uninteresting looking projectiles. With all this flashing and rainbowy and color, a plain orange missile sometimes just is invisible. Beat Hazard is a fun game if you like space shooters and score attack. It fits in with my personal action gaming preference of being rather reactive, move quick, shoot faster kind of thing. And it has a great soundtrack. Anyway, this is SteamPunk Bob, out.